I'm John Ernest, the Eberly Family Distinguished Professor of American Literature at West Virginia University. Along with Joycelyn Moody, I'm also the co-editor of a new book series to be published by West Virginia University Press called Regenerations, African American Literature and Culture. To launch the series, we're reprinting a new edition of a novel published in West Virginia by an African American writer, J.McHenry Jones. The novel is called Hearts of Gold, and it's a novel that has a lot to say about the late 19th century and beyond, and yet it's a novel that's been virtually lost over the years and ignored. It's actually a shame that J.McHenry Jones is not better known. He was very well known in his time and very important in West Virginia state politics and education. He was born in Ohio, but once he started his teaching career, he moved to Wheeling, West Virginia, where he became a teacher for a while. And eventually he became president of the West Virginia Colored Institute, which has since become West Virginia State University, an important institution in Charleston, West Virginia. Other influential African Americans of the time knew him very well. Booker T. Washington and others valued his judgment, and yet somehow he's been left out of the historical record. Hearts of Gold was first published in 1896. It was a time when it was rather difficult for African American writers to find publishers for their work. And it's a time that is often ignored by those looking back at African American literary and cultural history. But Hearts of Gold is a real find because it covers a lot of territory. It reveals a great deal about what African Americans were going through at the time and how they dealt with those challenges. Jones doesn't simply give us a black and white world. Jones gives us a very complex racial picture. Especially because this novel covers so much history. This is a book that should have broad appeal both in schools and universities and beyond. The novel obviously is going to be of interest to anybody involved in African American studies. I think it's a must read if you're at all interested in African American history and culture. But it's also an important contribution to the broader tradition of American literature as well. A novel that we should read to balance out our understanding of what kind of literature was being produced at the end of the 19th century and at the turn into the 20th century. I've co-edited this book with Eric Gardner, who is really the finest archival scholar in the field right now. And what we've tried to do is to present an edition of the novel that provides readers with the kind of background they need to fully understand what Jones was addressing in this novel. We've also included an appendix with some of Jones's other writings so that readers can compare the novel with some of Jones's nonfiction writing about education, about black fraternal organizations, and about state politics, so that readers can get a sense of the overall man, and I think hear some echoes in the novel of some of the issues that Jones raises in his other work. Joycelyn Moody and I are very excited about this new book series, Regenerations, which we hope will bring back into print a number of African American texts that have been, in a sense, under the radar of American literary history, forgotten, ignored, or undervalued.